So I'm going to start tackling a few questions. You know, it's not a complex thing to get started. You know, obviously we've got a lot of people asking questions about which brokers offer it and so forth. And again, if you head on over to Autochartist.com, you can see our complete list of broker partners, and then contact them and find out what's available to demo clients, what's available to live clients, you know, funded clients. And obviously, they need to be an MT4 broker. All right, so I'm just going to go through the questions here, the text window. So hopefully we got that done as quickly as possible. I know that's the drier part of our discussion. I'd rather get into the analysis and discussion. But again, the plugin itself, getting it on your screen, moving it around your screen, those are the simple but biggie issues, questions that people have. Again, top left icon, you'll see the 4 little green icons. The top left one, if you double click it, you can drag it anywhere you want on the screen. Double click it again, it'll stay put. You can increase the number of alerts by going into your indicator list, Autochartist chart patterns, and just going ahead and changing the pattern count. Okay? If you do want to eventually start to filter clarity, breakout, uniformity, this is where I would highly recommend, once it's uploaded, the presentation from last week, where we talk about what each one of these means, okay? And also to what degree you do want to manipulate them, because as I mentioned in the discussion last week, you know, I don't want you cranking up, say, the initial trend, because what you're going to do essentially is eliminate non-trending patterns, or eliminate those environments under which you'll get an alert, a non-trending pattern alert. So very important. I would tell you, first of all, if you're getting too many patterns, the first thing you might want to do is actually increase the length, okay? And you may want to go ahead and increase the uniformity and the clarity. Those are things that you can incrementally change. All right? Those are excellent places to start. Okay, that being said, have a rather large question here. Let me see what we can tackle from it. And okay, so this is the question that had some specific broker questions, and I couldn't even begin to tell you what the situation there would be. That broker and tech support in combination should be able to help you. I don't have any idea as to what they'll be able to do for you in that regard. I apologize. Okay, so the second part of your question should be able to help you with. And that is, of course, as you said there, this is not an alert service. And as far as the experience and the issues you're having there, my friend, as far as a manageable approach and trading tactics, where to place your stops and enter, other than Bulkowski's Encyclopedia of Chart Patterns. Well, you know, obviously our sessions here on Friday are good. The sessions that I do on FX Street that I often record, and I actually upload those to my YouTube channel. So basically, the question in a nutshell is, I need more support on how to not only use Autochartist but trade chart patterns in general. I have a YouTube channel you can check out. Okay, obviously, my personal blog where I feature Autochartist would be another great resource. Again, these are all free resources that you can check out. I have probably focused more on chart patterns in my baby pips and in my forexstreet.net updates. So certainly, if you need more support in terms of, you know, this trader, my view of how to set up chart patterns, you can do that. Those might be two great places to start. Okay? In terms of alternate ideas, you know, head on over to Autochartist, because, you know, obviously I know I keep telling you guys to go to the website, but there's a reason for that. We have a lot of educational resources at the website as well. So we've got articles and videos, some of which I've actually written. Some of the other contributors have written in the trader community. So if you want you need answers as to how to trade chart patterns, if you are a brand new trader, you can see here, if you click on the Trader Community home, this is your the absolute best resource for how Autochartist can help you in terms of interpretation and what to do with the patterns. My updates are, again, Autochartist based, but more commentary. So if you're looking for what I see in the Forex market, VSA Autochartist, those resources would be good. But you can see here, that's highly what I would recommend. And that question was from Tulio. So Tulio, thanks for your question. And that's my recommendation to start with. And that, quite frankly, will keep you quite busy for some time and should have you emerging from all that with a much clearer idea of how you want to go about your chart pattern trading. Okay? All right, so let me go down this text window here. Oh, thanks, Joe. I'm doing very well. I appreciate that. It's non-farm payroll, so it's always an interesting Friday morning for me. And it's not going too bad. In fact, for anybody who was following some of my updates yesterday at my personal blog, you guys know I'm short the Euro US dollar from the hit, from the correction higher along 43.70. So actually 43.60, 43.70, that area of resistance. So yeah, not a bad morning. It's corrected higher sharply, and we'll see what happens. But I'm not having a bad morning at all. It's always a fun thing to wake up to a series of solid red 240-minute candles when you're short. So I'm doing pretty good. I appreciate you asking. All right. So as far as using the Autochartist, gang, it's kind of this discussion is kind of more of a coming out party, I guess, for the plugin. And really just to make you all aware that it's available now, and so you can contact your broker and ask for the upgraded version. The actual use of it is no different than everything we've been talking about here week in and week out regarding the quality indicators and the market trends, understanding how the initial trend is going to affect whether or not you're going to trade this pattern as a trend follow or as a breakout or breakdown or as a exhaustion or trend reversal. It still comes back to looking at those set of lines, understanding whether it's a trending or non-trending pattern, and then looking at the market and letting the market tell you what the most likely scenario is, or at least narrowing it down to which scenarios you should consider. So, it's no different than that. So if you guys do have questions on that, as always, this is kind of more of a, open Q&A type morning, okay, as we begin July. All right, so in terms of using the software on MT4, again, I hope you guys get across, there's nothing different. It's just what's really helpful is the lines and levels are drawn right on your chart for you. Another great thing about having the lines and levels right on your chart is if you run your cursor right to the line or level, it'll give you a price, which is fantastic, because I know a lot of you have told me in the past, the Autochartist platform is great. I love that I can blow the chart up, but sometimes I have a difficult time finding exactly where that trend line is falling along price action, down to the pip, down to the smallest increment. And the great thing about the lines and levels on the MT4 is if I just take my mouse over here, I can see where that trend line or support resistance is coming in at. You can see that little white window pops up, gives me a price. Very helpful. Those are some of the benefits to having the plugin running alongside your standalone platform. Okay. The MA settings on my screen, that is my 34 EMA wave. So it's the 34 period exponential moving average, one on the high, one on the low, and one on the close. And that's where you see the green, blue, and red. Okay, so those are simply exponential moving averages that you can input on your version of MT4. Okay, they're just three moving averages. Again, 34 is a Fibonacci based